Here's the thing. Older men who naturally attract younger women often have a secret weapon. It's a simple habit, but it's something younger guys usually don't master. For many older men, it just comes naturally, and it's the kind of thing that makes women absolutely captivated. This habit creates a connection so strong that it makes these men practically irresistible. It's not flashy or complicated, but it has a deep-rooted power, one that ties back to something ancient, something timeless. Stick around, because in this video, I'll reveal what this habit is and explain why it works so well. You won't want to miss this. Hey, I'm James, and I'm here to guide you on building a Stoic mindset to elevate your relationships with women and take charge of your dating life. If you're ready to level up, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Now let's get straight to the point. What's this powerful habit that older men have, the one that makes younger women find them irresistible? Trust me, it's not some cheesy pickup line or flashy move. It's actually simpler than that, but it's a habit that a lot of younger guys haven't quite figured out yet. Let me share a little story with you to explain what I mean. A few months ago, I was chatting with my friend Sharon. She's in her late 20s, a yoga instructor, and in her early 20s, she even dabbled in modeling. A total stunner, if you ask me. Sharon recently told me how she met her boyfriend David, who's nearly 20 years older than her. And this story really made me think about the whole dynamic between older men and younger women. It all started in the most unlikely place, a grocery store. Now David, who's a bit older and has a slight receding hairline, walked up to Sharon. He didn't beat around the bush or try to impress her with flashy talk. No, he just looked her in the eye and said, "This might sound a little bold, but I thought you looked stunning, and I just had to come say hello." Now, imagine this. Sharon, a woman who's drop-dead gorgeous and used to men making all sorts of attempts at getting her attention, was caught off guard. Despite being the kind of woman most guys would consider a perfect 10, Sharon told me she doesn't get approached much. And when she does, it's usually by guys who either seem too nervous or who hide behind vague compliments. But David? He was different. There was something in his presence that set him apart from the usual crowd. They got talking, and the conversation flowed naturally. Nothing forced, nothing too bold. Just light, playful banter, with a couple of jokes thrown in. You know the kind of conversation that feels easy, like you've known someone for years, even though you just met them. No pressure, no rush. And then, after just a few minutes, David did something that really caught Sharon's attention. He didn't hang around awkwardly or try to drag out the conversation. He said, "All right, Sharon, it's been great talking to you, but I've got to get going. Let's exchange numbers so we can continue this later." Now, Sharon was intrigued, but let's be real, she was still a bit cautious. She wasn't quite sure about handing out her number to a guy she'd just met. So with a polite smile, she said, "How about I give you my Instagram instead?" But David wasn't having it. Without skipping a beat, he smiled back and said, "I'm not really into social media. I'm more of an old school guy, let's just exchange numbers." It wasn't rude. It wasn't desperate. It was just clear and confident. David handed her his phone with a calm assurance, and Sharon, taken aback by his grounded energy, ended up giving him her number. As she typed it in, she mentioned, "I don't usually do this," to which David shot her a smile and said, "Well, exceptions can be made for the right person, don't you think?" And that was that. He quickly sent her a text so she could save his number and then left. Fast forward a month, and Sharon and David were officially a couple. What made David so different, though? What was it about him that caught Sharon's attention, even when she was used to meeting men? It wasn't just his approach, it was his calmness, his confidence, and his ability to handle the situation with complete ease. David wasn't trying to impress Sharon with flashy words or gimmicks. He was just being himself, and that's what made him so attractive. Now here's where it gets interesting. This is where the power of Stoicism comes in. You see, Stoicism isn't just about controlling what you can and letting go of what you can't. It's about cultivating an inner peace, a calmness that shines through in everything you do. David didn't react with anxiety or rush to prove something. He stayed present, He stayed grounded, and he exuded an energy that made Sharon feel comfortable and safe around him. That's the kind of calm confidence that comes from real experience, learning to handle life's challenges with patience and clarity. It wasn't arrogance, it was clarity. David knew exactly what he wanted and wasn't afraid to express it, without overthinking or second-guessing himself. This kind of calm and clarity is something that's built over time, not by pretending to be someone you're not. It's authentic, and that authenticity, in the end, is what creates real connections. When Sharon shared this story with me, I couldn't help but smile. She looked at me, almost with a sense of admiration, and said, "You know what's interesting? He didn't do anything crazy to impress me, like most younger guys try to. Even on our first date, it wasn't some grand, over-the-top gesture, just a simple coffee meetup. But what I really like about him is how calm and collected he is, even in situations that would make most people nervous." I leaned in a bit, wanting to hear more. Sharon continued, "I've had younger guys approach me, and yeah, I've gone on a few dates with them, but I always feel their nerves. It's almost like they're trying too hard to be something they're not. With David, though, there's something about him. He's so confident, so easygoing. It makes me feel completely at ease and safe around him." That's when it hit me. That right there is the key to the whole thing. That's the secret weapon that older men have that younger women find so irresistible. Calm confidence. Let me break it down for you. Being calm and relaxed in situations that send most people into a tailspin of nerves. Whether it's meeting someone new, making a first impression, or handling an uncomfortable situation, can be a total game changer. And here's the thing. It's something that most younger men struggle with, especially guys in their 20s and early 30s. And who can blame them? Life experience has a way of teaching you how to stay cool under pressure. But for younger guys, it can be harder to pull off that kind of composure when it really matters. Think about it for a moment. When most younger guys approach a beautiful woman, they're already battling nerves. Their palms are sweaty. Their minds race with thoughts of what to say, what not to say, and whether they're going to mess up. They might stumble over their words, avoid making eye contact, or even hesitate to take that next step, like asking for her number or showing genuine interest. They're so caught up in how they come across that they forget the most important part, just being themselves. Now contrast that with how David handled the situation with Sharon. He wasn't trying to impress her. He wasn't desperately searching for the right words or wondering if she was judging him. David's confidence wasn't the loud, brash kind. It was calm and assured. And that's exactly what Sharon noticed. There was no pretense, no awkwardness, just a quiet confidence that made her feel safe and comfortable in his presence. It's the kind of confidence that comes from knowing who you are, being grounded in yourself and not needing validation from others. Here's where Stoicism comes into play. You see, the Stoics teach us to focus on what is in our control and let go of what isn't. But it goes deeper than that. Stoicism is about cultivating inner peace, accepting life's uncertainties, and approaching challenges with a mindset of calmness and resilience. David wasn't just acting confident. He had mastered this kind of peaceful acceptance of who he was. He wasn't anxious about impressing Sharon. He wasn't trying to control the situation or bend it to his will. He was simply present, a quality that, in a world that often feels chaotic, is incredibly rare and appealing. Imagine approaching every interaction in your life with that kind of calm. No rushing, no second guessing, just a quiet confidence that allows you to be fully present. It's exactly what the Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca wrote about: how to live with inner strength, how to stay calm when the world around you is anything but, and how to handle life's challenges with grace. David, without even realizing it, was embodying these Stoic principles. And you know what? It's not just about women. This kind of confidence can affect every area of your life. When you're calm and steady, people around you feel it. They're drawn to that sense of security. Whether it's in your career, friendships, or romantic relationships, being someone who exudes a sense of calm certainty can be magnetic. It's not about being perfect or never feeling nervous. That's not the point. It's about having the ability to take a breath, steady your mind, and act with conviction, no matter what the situation throws at you. This is the kind of skill that older men tend to develop over time, and it's a huge part of what makes them so attractive to younger women. It's not flashy, and it doesn't require any gimmicks. It's just a quiet power that comes from within. So, next time you find yourself in a situation where you feel nervous, whether it's approaching someone new or just dealing with everyday stress, remember David, tap into that calm confidence and stay grounded, don't rush, and watch how people around you start reacting differently. Hey, quick pause, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know. What do you think is the most attractive quality in older men that younger women can't resist? Or simply comment, calm confidence is the key, if you agree with what we're talking about here. Let's get the conversation going. Great. Now that we've talked about how important it is to show up confidently, let's take a deeper dive into why women pick up on this trait so quickly. It's almost like they have a sixth sense for it. And trust me, it's not just about the words you say, it's about the energy you give off. When you're calm, collected, and truly comfortable in your own skin, it communicates something much bigger: maturity, emotional stability, and control. These are the qualities that most younger guys often struggle with because, let's be real, they're still figuring out how to handle their insecurities and navigate life's roller coaster of ups and downs. What's so powerful about this habit, though, is that it's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's not about putting on a mask or playing games to get attention. Older men like David don't need flashy charm or exaggerated moves to impress anyone. They've learned that authenticity is the real key to attraction. They rely on their life experiences, their wisdom, and the strong sense of self that comes with navigating the challenges and triumphs life throws at you. The calmness they exude isn't something they learned in a textbook or saw in a movie. It's earned, built over time through both victories and failures. And that's what makes it so real. It's not an act, it's who they truly are. This authenticity creates an instant connection. Women like Sharon don't feel like they're being played or tricked by some smooth talker. They feel like they're with someone who truly understands who they are, someone who is confident and grounded in their own identity. That's incredibly attractive. Because let's be honest, who wants to feel like they're part of a game? No one. When you're real with someone, they feel safe to be real with you too. And that's what makes all the difference. Now, here's the thing. When David turned down Sharon's offer to connect on Instagram and insisted on exchanging phone numbers instead, it wasn't arrogance. It was simple confidence. It was him knowing exactly what he wanted and being unafraid to go after it. He wasn't hiding behind a screen or relying on likes and comments to measure his worth. This kind of confidence is rare these days, especially among younger guys who often hide behind social media to feel secure, to put on a facade that says, hey, I'm popular and I've got it all together. For women, meeting someone who values real face-to-face connections over the superficial validation of likes and followers, that's like a breath of fresh air. It's refreshing, and it stands out. Think about it. How many times have you scrolled through Instagram and thought, this person is just showing me what they want me to see? It can be draining. But when someone like David comes along who doesn't need all of that, it makes a real impact. It's a confidence that comes from within, and women can sense that from a mile away. And here's the best part. This habit of staying calm, composed, and confident isn't something older men are born with. It's something they've developed over time, through years of experience and practice. It comes from choosing to stay calm in the face of challenges, instead of panicking or letting your emotions take control. It comes from realizing that life will throw you curveballs, but how you handle them is what truly matters. Now here's the good news. You don't have to wait until you're older to build this kind of confidence. You can start right now, today. And it doesn't have to be some grand gesture or change. The next time you see someone you're interested in, just start a conversation. Don't overthink it. Focus on being present in the moment. Listen to what she's saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak, but really listening. And don't get stuck worrying about what might happen next. Whether it's a yes, no, or maybe, It doesn't define you. What matters is that you took the step, that you acted with confidence, and that you stayed real. The Stoics talk a lot about living in accordance with nature, meaning being true to who you are and embracing the flow of life. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflects on the importance of being present and not getting swept away by emotions. He reminds us that it's not the external world that should shake us, but how we respond to it. David's calmness isn't just about impressing Sharon or being the perfect man. It's about having mastered himself, his thoughts, his actions, and his reactions. When you don't let life's little bumps or a potentially awkward moment throw you off course, that's when you're truly embodying Stoic principles. Women are naturally drawn to men who make them feel safe, valued, and understood. And that all starts with how you see yourself. When you approach someone with calmness and self-assurance, you're not just showing interest, you're showing that you can handle the moment. And that's the kind of habit that turns heads, wins hearts, and makes you stand out from the crowd. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real, about owning who you are, and approaching the world with confidence and composure. All right, let's take a moment and really reflect on what we've just talked about, because I want to leave you with something that could truly change the way you approach life and how others perceive you. The habit we've explored today, the calm confidence that older men have, it's not just something they were born with or something that magically appeared one day. No, it's a reflection of years of life experience. It's the result of navigating through both highs and lows with grace, without losing themselves in the process. What makes this habit so special is that it's not about putting on a show or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about becoming your most authentic, grounded self. It's about letting go of the external noise, of the pressure to act a certain way, and just being you in the truest sense. And the best part? You don't have to wait for years to develop this. You can start today. Now, I want you to think about the next time you walk into a room or find yourself face to face with someone new. How many times have you worried about saying the right thing or making a good impression? The truth is, we've all been there. But here's the secret. What really matters is not what you say, but how you carry yourself. Instead of overthinking or getting caught up in your own head, focus on just being present. Be calm. Be composed. Show up as your true self. And remember, it's not about the outcome. Whether she's interested or not, that's not what defines you. What matters is that you handled that moment with confidence, with authenticity, with a sense of ease. That is what sticks with people. Now, I know you might be wondering, but where does Stoicism fit into all of this? That's a great question, and here's the thing. The Stoics had a profound understanding of how to build and cultivate this kind of inner strength. They didn't focus on seeking approval from others, on getting validation from the outside world. No, they focused on mastering their own minds. They understood that true power comes from within, and that the way we respond to life's challenges is what truly matters. When you embrace this philosophy, you stop letting external circumstances dictate how you feel. You begin to take responsibility for your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, and you stop letting fear, insecurity, or the opinions of others pull you off course. Think about David again. The calm confidence that he has wasn't built overnight. It was forged in the fires of life. He doesn't react out of fear, nor does he feel the need to prove himself to anyone. He knows who he is. And that's exactly why he's so attractive, not just to women but to everyone he meets. He doesn't need external validation because he's built a strong, unshakable foundation of self-belief. And here's the powerful thing. You don't have to wait until you're older to develop this kind of presence. You don't have to be perfect. It's not about having it all figured out. It's about the practice, the day-to-day commitment to showing up as your best, most authentic self. Every time you take a step in this direction, you're building the kind of confidence that makes you magnetic. You're becoming someone who can not only captivate others but inspire them. You're showing the world that you are comfortable with who you are, and that's an energy that no one can resist. So, I challenge you to start today. Next time you're faced with an opportunity to interact with someone, don't just go through the motions. Be present. Take a deep breath, stay calm, and just be yourself. Own it, and watch how your presence alone starts to make waves. I hope this video gave you some valuable insights, my friend. If you're ready to keep improving and want more tips like this, consider joining the channel for exclusive content. Drop a comment below with, "I'm ready to master my confidence," to let me know you're taking action. And if you're serious about leveling up in life, don't forget to show some love by liking and subscribing. It helps me keep bringing you fresh content. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Stay confident, and I'll catch you in the next one.